Hello, I'm Donna Cash, and I'm going to show you how to make a pocket pillow. What is a pocket pillow, you'd like to know? A pocket pillow is a pillow with a pocket on the front and an envelope style closure on the back. So there is no zipper technique that you must master before you can make a pocket pillow. And I find a pocket pillow with a handle on the top is a great way to give a book or a gift to a child that they can take in the car with them or take in their travels, or maybe even just go to their special place in their home where they like to curl up with a good book and a pillow and have a little bit of quiet time. So the pillow has 4 main pillow sections. Today's project, I'm going to show you how to make a pocket pillow for a 16-inch pillow insert. So I've cut each of my pieces of fabrics to allow for a 1/2 inch seam allowance. So for the pillow front, I have one piece of fabric cut at 17 inches by 17 inches. For the pocket, I've got that cut at 11 inches tall by 17 inches wide. For the handle, if you want to use a handle, I use either a piece of strapping, or you can use a piece of ribbon, or you can make your own handle out of fabric. But I cut that as wide as a pillow front. So this is cut at 17 inches wide. And then for the overlapping pillow back, I have 2 pieces of fabric. They are each cut at 17 inches wide by 12 inches long. I am using a quilting type fabric today. However, I also use home decor fabric, which is a little bit heavier in weight, but I try not to go much heavier in weight than that. And I don't use anything that's stretchy either. Now, each of these pieces have already been cut and prepared. I've serged around all 4 edges of each piece. If you don't have a serger, that's okay. You can zigzag over the edges. I just like the pillow to have a clean finish on the inside. It's not necessary, but I do like to do that. First, we will prepare the pillow back. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take one 17-inch long edge of each of the pillow back sections, and I'm going to press under a 1/2 inch, and I'm just going to eyeball it. I'm not going to be super perfect here. I find that eyeballing in this section is close enough. Each of the pillow cut sections are cut to the dimensions that I gave you previously, because that is important for everything to be able to match up at the end. So I'm just pressing under 1/2 inch and a 1/2 inch again towards the back side of the fabric. Now, if you have a fabric that has a directional print, you're going to want to make sure that you press under one of the 17-inch long sections at the top of the fabric cut, and one will be along the bottom of the fabric cut. That is to allow the pattern to be running in the proper direction when your overlapped pillow back is stitched together. Okay, now you can pin these pieces in place. I don't use a lot of pins here at Designs by Donna, but if that is your comfort level, by all means, pin these before you take them to the sewing machine. So at the sewing machine, I'm just going to stitch right along the folded edge that I just pressed. I'll go ahead and give those a quick press. Okay, now I'm ready to finish the pillow back. All I'm going to do is I'm going to use my pillow front as my guide, and I'm going to place the pillow bottom section, the pillow back bottom section, on top of the pillow front, matching up the edges. And then I'll take the pillow back top section and match that up to the top of the pillow front. Now I've got my overlap, and I'm going to go ahead and pin the edges just of the pillow back sections. I'll do a basting stitch. As I mentioned, I have planned for a 1/2 inch seam allowance around all 4 sides. And so this basting stitch, I will just stitch just shy of that 1/2 inch seam allowance. And that will allow for this basting stitch not to show once I finish the pillow itself. And I am just doing my basting stitch, back tacking at the beginning and at the end. And now I'll do the second side. All right, now we've got the pillow back complete. Now let's prepare the pillow pocket. We're going to take the top edge of the pillow pocket and we'll do the same process that we did on the pillow back, turning under 1/2 inch and then 1/2 inch again to the back side of the fabric. I'll take this to the sewing machine and I'll top stitch right along that fold using color matching thread. I'll give that a light press. And then place that over the pillow front. And then I don't do a lot of pinning, but this is one section where I'm going to pin the pillow pocket to the pillow front because I don't want it to shift as I'm sewing. I'll just use a few pins, but you can use as many as you're comfortable using. At the sewing machine, I'm going to stitch just shy of that 1/2 inch seam allowance, again, so that when everything is stitched together, this basting stitch won't show. At the corner, I'll leave the needle down in the machine, raise the foot and pivot, and sew across the bottom of the pillow. Now I'll put the handle on. I'm going to take my strapping material and I'm going to measure over 3 inches from each edge. I have a pinnable surface, so for this process, I'm just going to go ahead and count over 3 inches on my gridded tabletop and press the pin all the way down through the fabric. And then I'll take the raw edge of the strapping, match it up to the raw edge of the pillow front, and I'll pin that in place. And then I'll stitch over this, again, just shy of that 1/2 inch seam allowance. I don't want this stitching to show when the pillow is all stitched together and turned right side out. And I'm going to do several rows of stitching to really secure this strap in place. Okay, so now I've got the pillow front ready. I'm going to go ahead and just neaten up some of these threads that are left along tails, clip those. I have a trash can right here on the floor. I can put those in. And then I'm going to place the pillow back and the pillow front together, making sure that I've got the overlap closure with the top overlapping the bottom. And then I'll match up all 4 edges, all 4 corners of the pillow. I will pin this into place because, again, I don't want it to shift as I'm sewing. Where I will be sewing that 1/2 inch seam allowance. And then any of that basting stitch will be to the outside of my 1/2 inch seam, and then we won't see any of that basting stitch. Okay, with all 4 sides stitched, I'm going to clip the corners. Throw those away in my trash can, turn the pillow right side out, and then give it a good press. I'm going to make sure that the edges are right at, the seams are right at the edge of the pillow, and I'll press that. Okay, with the edges pressed, I am now ready to insert my pillow form at the back, and then we'll go ahead and we'll put our gifts in the pocket of the front. Now, I didn't measure the pillow cover, but the way that I cut the fabric to where it would fit a 16-inch pillow insert, cutting it 17 by 17 as the main pillow sections, and then sewing a 1/2-inch seam allowance, then I should have ended up with a 16-inch pillow cover, which is perfect for the 16-inch by 16-inch pillow insert. So you can see the envelope style back, you've got the pillow pocket on the front, and now we can take our gifts and insert those into the pocket. And you can see what a nice little gift that would be for someone. Doesn't have to be a coloring book, it could just be a book. It could be a journal and some nice pens or pencils to write with. So there you go. It's a very quick and easy style of gift to present someone. You can use your fabric remnants for these. You can mix and match, so you can have small pieces of fabric that you may have in your private stash and make a very lovely gift. Mix and match your favorite prints and your favorite colors. Think about the gift that you're giving. Think about color coordinating it with the gift. Think about the person that you're going to give the gift to and what colors they may be using or what fabrics they may like. Think about, are you giving this to a child or an adult? I've made them for all. I hope that you've liked this. Let me know if you have any questions. Be well. Bye-bye.